In a small, secluded village nestled deep within the craggy embrace of the mountains, a young man bore the name Hiroshi. Hiroshi was renowned for the ceaseless whirlwind that raged within his mind, a relentless cacophony of thoughts and worries that robbed him of inner peace. This inner turmoil, like a shadow, cast a pall over every facet of his existence. Hiroshi yearned for a path to still the storm within him, to find serenity amidst the tumultuous chaos of his thoughts. One fateful day, a whisper of hope reached Hiroshi's ears. It spoke of a venerable monk dwelling atop a distant mountain within the confines of a secluded temple. This monk was said to possess profound wisdom, a beacon of enlightenment who could guide seekers on their spiritual quests. Intrigued by these tales, Hiroshi made an unwavering choice. He would embark on a treacherous journey to seek the elusive monk and learn the secret to emptying his mind. The path to the temple was arduous, fraught with steep and winding trails that seemed to stretch into eternity. But Hiroshi's determination served as his steadfast companion, urging him forward. After days of relentless travel, Hiroshi finally reached the temple, where the serene presence of the old monk greeted him. With a deep bow and all due respect, Hiroshi spoke, "I have come in search of guidance. I wish to still my mind and discover inner peace. Can you teach me?" The old monk, his eyes bearing the weight of countless insights, smiled knowingly. He gestured for Hiroshi to sit beside him and began, "Emptying the mind is not a task to be rushed or forced. It is a gradual journey, one that demands patience, discipline, and self-reflection. Are you willing to embark upon this path?" Eagerly, Hiroshi nodded, his heart infused with hope. And so, under the venerable monk's wise guidance, Hiroshi's journey began. The first lesson the monk imparted to Hiroshi was the art of mindfulness. He instructed Hiroshi to sit by a gentle stream and observe the water without judgment or analysis. Initially, Hiroshi struggled to restrain the wandering thoughts, but with practice, he began to witness the intricate dance of the water, its seamless flow over rocks, and its persistence in navigating around obstacles. As Hiroshi deepened his practice of mindfulness, he discovered that his own thoughts mirrored the stream's currents, sometimes gentle, sometimes turbulent. He learned to observe his thoughts without entangling himself in them, permitting them to pass through his consciousness like leaves on the water. The second lesson focused on the art of letting go. Together, they climbed to the mountain's summit, where the old monk led Hiroshi to a garden resplendent with vibrant flowers and lush greenery. In the heart of this garden stood a magnificent cherry blossom tree swaying gracefully in the breeze. "Observe the tree," the monk instructed Hiroshi. "Notice how it stands tall and proud, yet remains flexible, bending with the wind. Learn from the tree and practice the art of letting go." As Hiroshi observed, he saw the cherry blossom tree gracefully surrender its blossoms to the wind, releasing them one by one. It dawned on him that clinging to thoughts and attachments only fostered suffering and hindered the pursuit of inner peace. As Hiroshi advanced in his training, he encountered numerous challenges. There were moments when his mind was overwhelmed with worries and fears, but the old monk always provided gentle guidance, reminding him to return to the present moment. One day, as Hiroshi meditated, a violent storm swept through the mountains. Thunder rumbled and rain poured relentlessly. Panic welled up within him as his mind spun into a whirlwind of fear and anxiety. Seeking solace and guidance, he hurried to the old monk. Unperturbed by the tempest outside, the old monk welcomed Hiroshi with a calm smile. He gestured for Hiroshi to join him in the meditation hall and instructed him to sit in stillness, despite the chaos surrounding them. With closed eyes, Hiroshi focused on his breath, while the old monk began to speak softly. "Embrace the storm within you, just as nature embraces the tempests that pass through," he said. "Observe the tempest of thoughts and emotions without resistance, without judgment. Allow them to arise and subside like the passing storm." Hiroshi absorbed the monk's words, realizing that the key to emptying his mind was not in suppressing or escaping his thoughts, but in acknowledging and accepting them fully. He understood that genuine peace was only attainable by being present in the midst of the storms within and without. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. With unwavering diligence, Hiroshi practiced the monk's teachings. He found solace in the simplicity of each moment, in the subtle beauty of a blooming flower, the gentle whispers of the wind, and the stillness of his own breath. Over time, Hiroshi's mind became more spacious and tranquil, the constant chatter of worries and doubts diminishing, replaced by a deep inner calm. He no longer identified himself with his thoughts, but saw them as fleeting phenomena that came and went. One day, as Hiroshi meditated with a clear mind and a light heart, the old monk approached him with a serene smile. "Hiroshi, you have journeyed far," he said, "but remember, the true essence of emptiness is not the absence of thoughts, but the awareness that lies beyond them. It is the stillness beneath the turbulence." Hiroshi nodded, his eyes filled with gratitude and understanding. He had learned that emptying the mind did not mean erasing thoughts, but cultivating a profound presence and spaciousness that allowed thoughts to arise and dissolve naturally without attachment or resistance. With a heart full of gratitude, Hiroshi bid farewell to the old monk and began his descent from the mountain. He carried with him the wisdom and practice he had gained, knowing that the journey to empty the mind was not a destination, but a lifelong path. Returning to his village, Hiroshi became a source of inspiration for those seeking inner peace and clarity. He shared the teachings of mindfulness, letting go and embracing the storms within, guiding them on their own paths of self-discovery. In the passage of years, Hiroshi's name spread far and wide, attracting people from distant lands who sought his guidance. He humbly shared his wisdom, always reminding them that the true power lay within themselves. In the twilight of his life, as Hiroshi sat beneath the cherry blossom tree, he reflected on his journey. He realized that the key to emptying the mind was not found solely in the teachings of the old monk, but in his own unwavering commitment and willingness to explore the depths of his being. With a serene smile, Hiroshi closed his eyes, feeling the gentle caress of the wind and the blossoms falling around him. In that moment, he knew that the journey to empty the mind was a continuous dance with life itself, a dance of surrender, acceptance, and profound inner peace. And so, the story of Hiroshi, the restless young man who became a beacon of serenity, spread throughout the world. It reminded all who heard it that within the depths of their own minds, they too possessed the power to empty their thoughts and discover the boundless peace that resided within.